Ah. Camera problems. Camera problems abound. Oh well. Anyways, hello. How are you? How's your brains? Ah, nighttime iced coffee for the win. Very strong too. Otherwise, I'd probably be taking a nap right now, which is not a good thing. Uh, what to do? What to explore? I found out something kind of interesting though. The Ornament in Crime has basically like a built-in mini triple sloths. It's got a double sloths. So that's cool. I can see why people are like, I want two of those in my rack. And then I'm thinking like, oh, I'm going to get a different quantizer and then replace this, but maybe I'll leave it in there because I've always wanted two triple sloths. Just we'll pull the wave folder and the volts and then just shove everything over and yeah, I don't know. I have to see what happens. Problem is it's really, really hard to get the modules nowadays. Stuff that I want is not super common. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to try a new scale. Plain and simple. And yeah, this is the other thing that I could probably do away with. I could probably take one of these oscillators out, put it in my other case, free up a bunch of space up at the top. So I'm always thinking, like, planning, like, what could I add to this to make things cooler? I think some utilities, but to be honest, I would like to get another set of VCAs. Maybe even VCAs with envelopes, and I don't think I have the space for something like that. But a 2-channel would be nice. Like a 2-channel VCA with a rise and fall envelope on it. I'm sure such a thing exists. I haven't really looked, haven't shopped, but oh, I forgot to tune these fucking oscillators. Damn it. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do that really quick. Because, no, I don't want the Spectrum. I want tuna. Give me the tuna. Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew this one was out. Because, well, tune. C. There. Okay. Oh, no, we had it and then it went away. Oh, God. Just tap. I'm tapping the there. Perfect. I didn't realize that this thing had such but see, you notice here. So, set to C3, octave range is 0. So if I tune that. So the times that I talk about, let me give you a close up. The times that I talk about oscillators tracking really well. So as soon as I flip the range up here, it should stay the same. But it doesn't. And if I go up another octave, you see it's out even more. The higher up you go, more it gets out of tune reference. So, you know, what the fuck? Some oscillators don't. This guy, okay. Totally tuned. Oh, so now if I go up an octave or down an octave, bam, right in the middle. Down an octave, it's a little out. So, yeah. So when I talk about tracking, that's what I'm talking about. I had a Behringer Moog. I still have it. It's still laying around. Moog oscillator copy. And it did not want to stay in tune. No matter what. Which was pretty weak. Let's see. Okay. Jeez, I didn't do any prep. Well, I took the cables out. That was good prep. It was a good place to start. We're going ambient. I think we're going Let's go big reverb. Let's go sparse. Sparse ambient. Okay. Mobile. There. And then I want to see what the notes are in this scale. And I don't know. I don't know what they are right. Can I just play? Can I play the thing? Can I play? Can you do the thing? See, like, why does this thing not play? That's the thing I don't get. Like, I push the button, and it's supposed to just be like, tick, 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 and it doesn't. It's just, nope. Nope, I'm not playing. Screw you, hippie. Oh, because it's not getting a clock. Okay, so what I wanted to do was just send all the gates out to trigger the quantizer. And send. This is done. It's completely hooked up in the like a tool. Triangle wave. Now, for reference, here's a C. You are too low. Okay. It's E, G, A flat, C, C sharp, E, G, so C sharp, E. Okay, now that's a cool scale. That's nice. That's cool. I dig it. Okay. Now, that being the case, I guess we could just use the same oscillator. Nothing wrong with the dope for oscillators. Thinking this one's not in tune, though, I'm betting. Ah, that's pretty good, actually. Delay. All right. Getting some setup here. Let's just use the red guy. See, that'd be a thing to replace too. If I could find a filter with decent sound and the same like 2 inputs and multiple CV addresses, that would be nice. Another state variable too, so I can put it in different modes and stuff like that. That would be cool. I could dig it. What could we trigger this with? We could trigger this with a bunch of stuff. we could trigger it with like a random channel from the Turing machine. This could get weird. Damn it! Cable's in the way. We're going to give this guy a slower clock. Okay, and then let's run a trigger out. Let's use Zadar as an envelope. I'd never do that. I don't know why I forget about Zadar, because it's nice. I usually use it as an LFO, but that's just silliness, because it's right there. So between Zadar, Quadrax, and then the two random envelopes I have, got a lot of envelopes in here. Sort of feel like throwing marbles into this too, but put it on like some massive jitter. Just like weird clock. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have Marbles playing voice 2. So that section is the T, so that's your triggers. It's basically two halves. You've got the triggers section, and then you have the voltages section. And the 3 here, 1, 2, 3, X1, X2, X3, and T1, T2, T3 correspond. So X1 and T1. Well, you don't have to, but like, it kind of makes sense. And then the CV out goes to something special. How about some rings? Rings is nice. Speaking of triggers, though, to duplicate that layer trigger, put it into the strum control of that layer rings. There we go. Shit balls of fire. What a yellow cable. So god, old. Well, we can go to a filter that's close. Let's use short yellows. It's easy. Okay. Close. Popple's close. Gary is close. Morpheus is very close. Let's use something. I always use the Morpheus because it's right there. Let's do something different. Perfect. That was it. It's a hit. Sounds in tune. Oh, we have to change the scale. God damn it. It's in semitone right now, so. If you hold down the left button, it copies the scale to all of the channels. Yes. Hey, Brandon, what's going on, man? Shaking. How's the job hunt, man? I don't envy that in the field that you're in. That's why I went into education. Not, I don't have the will to fight. Yeah, that sucks, man. Why is it just playing one note? Yeah. Which is not a bad thing during the summer. Okay, yeah, I would like this to be far less occurring. Let's pull some brightness off of it, too. See, that was just an F, and that shouldn't be playing going through that scale. Oh, thanks, man. Dude. As I was landing, I'm using light tackle. 8-pound test, right? The fish is 5 pounds. Right? Caught a 5-pound bass today. Anyways. So just as I'm like, oh shit, this line's gonna snap, as I'm trying to land it, snap, and it snapped. And then I noticed one thing, the hook wasn't even in the fish's mouth. And I'm like, what the fuck? How did I even catch it? But then it splooshed down into the water right by the shore. It was this little drainage pond in Huntley. This little neighborhood retention pond, right? So like, but they have aerators in there. So clearly that holds water, you know, all year round. And those aerators are in there to keep the oxygen in the water all around, you know, so the fish survive the winter and stuff. So it must be pretty deep in the middle. But the thing was so tired from the fight, because I was so like, shit, 8-pound test. This thing feels huge. It took me a while to get it landed. So it was just sitting there. It just splashed in the water, and it's just sitting there. And I'm like, pull my backpack off, grab my fish grabber. I had to actually get into the water a little bit to kind of try to get the thing in his mouth, or her mouth. I think it was her. And then, yeah, finally managed to land it. So, yeah, huge fish. I've only caught like little 12-inch, you know, little pounders from there. You know, maybe they're like 2 years old. But that thing was massive. Feels like it's just not even playing the same scale. Yeah, so like that G is in there. And that's an A flat. So that's right. And there's a C. Okay, now let's set up a bass drone. Length 8. Let's Direction random. 2 whole notes each. That should do the trick. The nice thing is it doesn't even matter if I'm like clocked correctly or anything. Because who cares? Okay, so we'll link those two. And then what's a good bass drone filter? Supercritical neutron. Seems like a good bass drone filter. Well, that was, of course, that was my second trip of the day. This morning, I went out to Three Oaks, and of course, caught nothing, but saw some really nice, huge catfish and smallmouth. But as per the norm, they ignore everybody. Just do whatever they want. Why do you sound so stupid? Is something not plugged in all the way? Must investigate. This. What are you doing? Oh, I put you in LFO mode. I didn't link your 1 volt per octaves. I put you in LFO mode. My bad. Sorry, dude. I'm like, where's my sound? So this is a 6-pole filter. 36 dB per octave. Not that that matters a huge amount, but like, it's the gain structure and how it deals with the stereo inputs. It puts them as like a chain or something. It's a little bit different than... Actually, maybe the best thing to do with this would be to just mix these into the Mankato. I think that would probably be the best. Instead of going into a stereo channel, we put it in the mono channel. Which is good. It's fine. And then we're just going to keep it super simple. And throw a triple sloths into that thing. For some... God. Aliasing. Okay, well, let's do this right then. Let's put these guys in a... Let's put them in a VCA. And, no CV control in the VCA, just basically levels. And we'll turn them up, throw them in there. That way they'll actually mix together instead of interfering with each other like a couple of squabbling children. A couple of siblings in the back seat. Thing to do. It's what the kids love. Hey man, why don't you put your inertia through fucking attenuator, boomer? What a weirdo. I'm gonna break the green trend, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, now, chance operations, I'm going to skip. Chance type skips. Okay. Yeah, that's the one we want to do. So then, basically there's like a good chance that it's going to skip some of these funky notes. 50% chance it skips like the D flat. A little bit of cavernous reverb. Crank up our envelope time. Uh-oh. You're going to have to go to an Apple store and perform oral services on everyone in the shop just so they can even take a look at it. Then again, you know what? It doesn't really matter. Any laptop, if you break the screen, you're kind of out of luck. It doesn't matter what it is. All laptops are proprietary. Wouldn't it be nice if you can build a laptop just like a modular? Like, here's a range of cases. Here's a range of parts. I mean, you can custom build them if you go through, you know, a company that does that. But you're not in the States. Otherwise, I'd say CyberPower PC, man. But then you'd have to go Windows. Yeah. And again, same thing. Any phone. You know, it really doesn't matter. That's why the first thing I do is get a cool case. And speaking of cool cases, this is a case from Carved. Today's non-sponsor. Yeah, I saw, what did I see? Somebody was like using the Game Boy, or not Game Boy, NES engine to generate sounds, and they were controlling it with a Eurorack NerdSeek. I thought that was kind of cool, and it sounded, gee, what a shock, it sounded like an 80s video game. Obvious. Okay, this is a pretty nice bass drone, but to be honest, it's a little bit too brassy. Really just want it like, whoa. I don't know, maybe I'm just slightly too old, but I don't find those chiptune things to be that pleasing. Now, I can completely admire the composition in a lot of the video game music. Like 100%. Like shit, man. Music for Mario Brothers is genius. It's brilliant. I can also play a lot of it, but that's beside the point. But like the sound, you know, people are really into that. Like, I'm gonna make chiptune music. Okay, you do you. I'm not gonna do that though. I don't really like it. There's some what's the Mutable Instruments had a module. I don't think they make it anymore. That's specifically for chiptune sounds, and it was like 4 channels, and each one had a volt per octave and a you know setting. And it was essentially, I think it was basically like a repeating wavetable internally for each one, which is really neat. I always thought, like, hey, I wonder if it goes really low, and then you can use them as, like, weird, freaky LFOs. But, yeah, who knows? I don't remember what it was called, though. Where else were we? A couple others. I don't really like this envelope shape anymore. Let's put this on a rare envelope here. And warp it. And then, you know, it would be nice to throw maybe a slow LFO onto that envelope and make it, you know, slow down. Time? No. Level. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that'd be cool. I will say I am beginning to get the itch. So, I mean, honestly, it's probably about the same time that I go back to school. I'll switch back. But I'm taking advantage of the summer freedom. My inspiration strikes me at night, which is a pain in the ass when you have to, like, be up at 6 a.m. So, yeah, it's sort of frustrating. Yeah, anything. How about a synthwave version of Mahavishnu Orchestra? What? If you don't know who Mahavishnu Orchestra is, shame on you. Yes, you must. Yeah, and then we can just, you know, share our Google Drive folder with stuff in it. That's what I usually do. I know people like Dropbox, but... Now let's send the melodizer to something here. So I've got the scale all engineered on there, but I would like to add a big element of randomness-ish into it. I think we'll just go into a regular analog VCO here. Maybe we'll just go VCA. Just a sine wave VCA. Tell you what would be lovely is just to send a really slow LFO to that mixer channel. Just let it fade in and out on its own. That's a really nice little pattern right there. I like that. All right, now let's do some stuff with modulators on the melodizer. Again, we could go with inertia and throw it into the longer cable. Psych. No, we can throw it into... we got a white cable for this. As we'll keep our color cohesion with our cornucopia of cables. Do you see? Is that even white? Do you even white, bro? So CV in 1, and then let's make sure it's affecting, yeah, the low and the high point. I kind of don't want it to affect the low point. Right. So it should be working. Oh, except... Nope, we can't use that. Z is opposite phase of Y. So if I put Y in as the mixer, then when the mixer goes up, the transposition goes down, and you'll never hear it. So you can't mix those. You have to have an X and a Y. X and a Y are two different ones. Y and Z are opposite phase of each other. Knowledge is power, motherfuckers. It only took me reading the manual like 49 times to figure that out. should do is put this in the slightly faster one for the mixer. Yeah, speaking of old Game Boy, what was that? It was one of the Game Boy Advance, I think, that had the Korg app that you could get on it. That thing was actually kind of cool. I had a niece and nephew that had that, and I ended up playing with it for a while. I also have some of the ones like on iPad. Gadget, Korg Gadget is fucking great. It's a lot of fun. I had a bunch of music making apps on the iPad. The Moog apps, the Animoog and the System 15, and had a lot of shit. And then all my hopes were dashed when that Focusrite iTrack dock just was a piece of shit. I had an iPad mini loaded with music apps stuck into the iTrack dock, and I was like, this is my effects processor. So I used to do a solo piano gig, and I'd run my microphone through it, and I would use it to like harmonize or add cool reverbs or whatever. Sometimes I'd even run the piano through it because 2 inputs, so mono piano. I just run it as an effects loop, and it was a lot of fun. Until it started just immediately working like crap. And it would just randomly turn itself on and off. So I haven't heard my happy sine wave in a long time here. Which is surprising. No. Unfortunately, not so much. I mean, you could. I'm sure there's a way, but there's no, like, native port of it. Hence the existence of GarageBand. I mean, I don't think you can run Logic on an iPad either, even though it's native Apple. I wonder if you can run MainStage on an iPad. I bet not. Here, let's do something different. Let's run this into the VCA. Okay, so now that'll at least give better control. The VCA that's in this mixer in the mono channels is actually a Vactrol, and Vactrols they behave a little bit differently. They're a little bit strange. They're not like a nice happy logarithmic VCA curve. It's hard to explain. What's that fucking crackling? I know I have one of these white cables as a bad cable. It's got some shit. I think this is the feeling. It's weird. It's getting a positive voltage. Should be getting a lot more volume from it. Okay, so I'm also going to set up a chain here. Let's go chain, channel 1. We're gonna go slow, 4 measures low, 4 measures low, and then just a quick little trigger of high, and that'll give us just an occasional, very occasional trigger, just a little blip, and then we can use that for dicing, redicing the rhythm of the melody. So we'll go gate in on the melodizer. Set to it to redice the rhythm and the melody, so that every once in a while it just changes the pattern. There it goes. Just surfaces that goes back under. Now I wonder if I could trigger the mixer with an envelope. That would work better. Only one way to find out. Put it on slow though. So we're looking for like a slow, well, not that slow, a decay envelope here. You can plop that into that mixer channel. Yep, it works. A little bit more of a fine control over it, you know. Now I feel like we need something weird. Something weird but rare. Which means maybe like slow LFOs through Logic, so that it just occasionally triggers something strange. Okay. Let's get weird. going to silence everything else. Just kind of trying to think about what's the best way to go about this. Number one, we need an occasional trigger. And there's a few ways to do that. And my initial thought was logic, but then I started to think, I have the stochastic function generator. All right, so what you can do is turn it off loop. All right, so I'm going to turn this one off loop. This is going to be my actual envelope. But I'm going to self-patch number one to trigger number two. All right, I'm going to put it on slow. And so it should trigger it theoretically, just like every once in a while, just pew. Now I don't know if it's working. Should be working. Now we could do some cool things though. So for example, it's got a gate out. So you could take a gate from that same thing and throw that into an envelope. Right, and trigger something kind of cool. Like maybe a really obnoxious pitch envelope going into an oscillator. Like the ensemble oscillator. Oh. And then like crank the shit out of the FM ensemble oscillator. And run through. Well, for now, I'm going to throw it into the neutron filter because it's basic. I think about going Morpheus filter later. Just a little bit more along the sound design, weirdness line of things. Potentially, at least. Got some really weird filter models in there. All right, and it's all digital. All right, so there's our thing. Hey, it's working. It's doing a thing. Now, then we can also use this to trigger the filter. It can go directly in. We don't have to trigger an envelope. See, that's what I mean by weird. It's like cosmic lightning from a far-off planet. Bruh. Now let's see if it does its triggery thing again. Sounds like it kind of just did, because now it's low. Maybe what we need to do is offset the second one, crank the amplitude up to max. Oh, it just triggered. Okay, let's max the decay time on that pitch envelope. But like that's pretty cool. And then ideas. Take the same trigger, right? Let me think here. A flashlight. Oh God, that's bright. That's better. End of rise. Out. Perfect. So we need end of rise 2. Okay. So at the end of the rise cycle of the envelope, it's going to shoot a signal to the quadrax. And that's going to be set on burst mode. So then we're going to fire a burst to the filter. Or should we send it to the mixer? Oh, I can't. It's in a stereo channel. Fine. We'll send it to the mixer. Might need to attenuate that signal. I don't know. See if it even works. Last time I had a hell of a time trying to get this thing to work, but I think I got it this time, so. Okay, yeah, just waiting for a signal. Goes. Wait. Something. Something occurred. I heard something. Trying to dial this in now. That's the burst generator. Which ought to be doing something. There. There it goes. It's a bit of an uncomfortable sound, but it's really cool. I'm watching once more for a little ting 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 burst generator. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm going to run the burst through attenuate. So it's a little bit more chilled out. It's going through a 1 volt per octave. Just, you know, full range. There's no adjustments to it, so half should probably help a little bit. That's what I'm looking for. That's it. Count, 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 count. Just, yeah. Kind of a spooky movie sound. Where were we? Oh, yes. We were meditating in the Zen garden. Initiating the 20 dB gain circuit of the filter. need some voices in here. Let's find some weird voices that are vaguely spooky. Run them through the Morpheus. Twist them into something strange and unusual. It's awfully loud. I'm gonna try something. I thought about this the other day and I was like, I want to try that. So let's do it. Let's use the R bar in real time. Yeah. So, Morpheus filter into the input of the R bar. We should be able to process this in real time, but let's put it on a filter model that isn't stupid. Should be hearing something. Maybe not. No, we're not. That's the radio music. doesn't like the vocal bits. I was looking more for like an actual, like it comes from nothing. Morpheus filter is weird. I mean, I could spend a long time trying to find a perfect model because there's like 300 of them built in. And it just takes a long time because I don't know it as well as I probably obviously could. But it still sounds cool. So I like it the way it is. It just adds this noise to the background that's really sweet. Throw a little resonance on the bass drum so it doesn't boom as much. Actually, inch up the volume here. That sound turned out super duper cool. Actually, it could come up a little bit in the mix because it's very, very quiet. I sort of want it to be kind of obnoxious when it comes in because it comes in fairly rarely. Hey, J-Rod. Oh my god, it's Cam. I was just marveling over my bass that I caught today. Probably can't really see this well on camera. I couldn't fit it in the camera lens. And so I had to like hold it way back by my head, and then I was trying to hold the phone out. Yeah, it was almost 5 pounds out of a little neighborhood retention pond. Just a little middle of a neighborhood. I caught you this delicious bass. Well, this is an interesting tapestry we have woven. I would say, I think my favorite is the weird sound. Dude, that's terrible. I mean, it's genius, but terrible. I would say that's a kind of a dad joke, but it might be a little bit of level above that. Well, I don't know. Kind of high concept to be a dad joke. So that sound that I'm talking about, I'm gonna isolate it because I really want to hear it again. There, just started. This is it. Wait, it didn't happen. It's teasing me. No, this is it. Okay, so this is the 4MS ensemble oscillator. All right, but the warp and twist are being modulated by some pretty heavy stochastic envelopes. All right. Now, stochastic envelope number 1 is on slow. So when it triggers, when it hits the high point, it triggers envelope number 2. Envelope number 2, the gate is sent to an envelope which is going into the pitch of the oscillator. Okay. The envelope itself is going into this filter. And then I also have the trigger, the end of rise, hitting a burst generator in the quadrax and going into the filter. So it's a really cool, complex sound that I'm kind of proud of, to be honest. And then it just drones down to it. So it starts with that. That's part of the sound. That's the burst generator. And then this weird freak out. It's going into the supercritical neutron filter, and I've got 20 dB of extra gain on the input, but it's a really quiet signal. It's because I have the cross FM set to all oscillators, and it's like cranked pretty good, like 2/3. So everybody's FMing everybody else. It's like an oscillator orgy in there. Crazy. And then each time it's going to be a little bit different because the timbre's changing so much because of these modulations going. In fact, I could probably set those to medium. They were on fast before. And maybe like offset down, amplitude up. just to give us a little bit more of a range of values. I'll be honest, I'm usually not impressed with the ensemble oscillator. It's like, it's cool, but I think this is where it really shines, is when you start going like nutty with it. Because that's just a wild sound. Could go for some sine waves. So then I also have the noise floor here, which is a bunch of stuff captured from the radio music into the R-bar. And I've got sloths panning through the playhead. Psst. Oh, R-bar can hear me talk. Hey! Okay. Using your R-bar as an effects processor. I am incredibly happy that I took the plunge and I got a big case. Let's put it that way. And, yeah, I just got a subharmonic on a couple weeks ago, too. So that's at home on my mini system. I was kind of interested in the East Beast. Because East Coast stuff, like, I've toyed with it a few times, but I've never really dug into it that much. And it's just weird. It's an interesting way to think about things. But, you know, you can't beat a sawtooth going through a filter. So anyways, there's my noise floor part. This is a pretty simple rings patch. Going through the Ikari filter. But it's like a Santur sound kind of thing. I'm not familiar with the Malevolent. It sounds cool. Malevolent. Oh, yeah. I heard about this. This little synth with, like, everything in it. It's, like, fully analog, and it's, like, what, $600? No less. $429? Dude. Come on. It's awesome. It's a little guy. It reminds me of the CS01. A friend of mine had a CS01 back in the day. Oh, look at all the patch points on this thing. For $429? Dude. We live in a good time. Angrier? Yeah, I know. I'm kind of trying to divest myself of some of my synths with keys. Or some of my synths without keys, to be honest. Like, I would probably sell all my little shit. My Micro Freak, my MS-2000 rack, my Model D. Probably sell the Neutron also. Because I think I want to case my subharmonic on. Hey man, just get the full Jasper rig. Spend like $3,000. Shit, probably more than that. Probably more like $5,000. To like outfit a full room and like dank Jasper stands. I have old school Ultimate Support A-frame. I have one of them. It's a 3-tier, and then I've got a Deltex, the really nice Deltex stand, which is one of my gigging mainstays because the thing is just so cool, just engineered so well. Yeah. I know, man. The filming just adds such a completely different dimension to this. Even this is not ideal. This camera angle, I wish was better. And, you know, what the hell do you put a tripod on? Like, I really should clamp something onto the case and suspend the camera, like, here, you know, in space over the whole thing. And then really, you could probably even show the entire rack. But see, then you get a bunch of space, so I need 2 of them. See, there's the trap. No, I've been giving serious thought to buying another 120 HP case, just doubling it up. Bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. Great idea, bad idea. Well, if you take the plunge, I would say get a bigger case than you think. Like, dude, do you know offhand what kind of tripod it is? Because I swear to God, I've looked at tripods for 6 hours, and the one that I finally got that I really like is what I put my DSLR on, and it clamps to the desk. It's just a rod. It's just like, and it has a telescoping thing, and then it has like a socket, ball and socket joined to the top. Well, yeah, and you know, you got people sending you gear too, which is kind of cool. Kind of really cool. So anyways, this is another voice here. And then we have the bass drum. Get this guy. This is Marbles, a Marbles voice. This is another Marbles voice. I think, right? Oh, but I have the level controlled. So if I pull that out. You know what? I kind of want to just pull the rate down. Just not have those guys kicking much. Sparse, yeah. And then I have this little sine sequence or triangle sequence going on the melodizer. But it's like auto-dicing. It's like changing itself all the time. So it never stays the same. And then that just fades in once in a while. I have a couple of their tripods. Oh, I have that one. That's this one. Shit. Yeah, I've got a couple of their tripods, and they're nice. It's weird when, you know, Amazon has all of these companies that they deal with, and it's like they always change. And you're like, some Chinese firm. Yeah, man, I wish they made a double melodizer. That would be the coolest thing. honestly, what you need to do is build a fucking truss on your ceiling. Like, seriously. It gets to that point. You just need, like... just, like, small truss. And then, you know, clamp shit wherever you need it. You should downsize your lighting and then just go post-processing. Yeah, I would be curious how they would do it. Would you need a double bank of faders? Because if they were smaller, they wouldn't be as playable. You wouldn't have nearly the range. But you could put them vertically. You could put them side by side. Or have them switched. You know, just have a switch, like 1, 2. And it just goes into mode 2. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to, like, be rolling in the kind of cash that, like there's a couple of car channels that I watch, like B is for Build, and they just buy a warehouse and fill it with gear and their lifts and everything. It's like, you must be making a lot of money building cars. But they have ads, you know, a couple whatever millions of subscribers, 10 million subscribers or something. So, yeah, they make the money. Yeah, there you go. What's it up to? Is it like 700 something million? Yeah, man, just get on that. Here's to working in a niche market. This is why I haven't quit my day job. Plus that oh so reliable pension. Fuck. Hey, if you win the Mega Millions, then you need to just buy me a second 120 HP case here. That's all. You can spare like $1,200. It's a gift for the endless hours of entertainment and hilarity and pleasing meditative textures like this one. I watched The Thing today, and yeah, it's got great music. Yeah, I'm gonna probably be done here pretty quick. I'm just listening at this point. I haven't tweaked anything in a while, so yeah, always good you stopping by, man. Thanks a lot. There will be more of these because I'm on a modular kick, like all summer. So. Speaking of which, I think I am gonna hit the road. I think I'm not gonna take this patch down. I'm gonna leave it. But knowing me, that just means that tomorrow I'll just tear it all out. So if I do anything, it would be like an unattended modular, and then I'll set up the jellyfish tank and have them frolic and yeah, good times, jellyfish. So thanks for joining me tonight, and I will probably see you tomorrow. So take it easy.